I do sales on the side. I like to say I'm a big traveler. So if you want to travel anywhere, let me know. I've been to 65 countries. I'm going to Kenya soon. I'm really excited about that. But I'm here to talk to you about the intersection of gaming and advertising. So another fun fact, we just mentioned AI. This is actually AI driven. I did a headshot, so I used a tool. It looks pretty good, right? But we're actually going to gamify today's chat. It's going to be pretty brief, a really high-level introduction into Unity. My coworker Mike here, we're going to give out some hoodies. We have 3 questions peppered in. First hand up with the right answer, you can get a Unity hoodie. But we can kind of dive right in. So Unity is the world's largest platform for growing and creating games. Has anyone here ever built a website on Squarespace or WordPress or something like that? Okay, so not. So we offer the same type of tools and technologies for mobile gaming developers to build a game, right? Everywhere, anything from ideating around a concept, creating a whole ecosystem, to then publishing and launching a game is made with Unity. Half of all games across mobile, PC, and console are made with our technology. That's half of every game that you've ever played, which is really awesome. When you drill down to mobile specifically, which is what we're going to talk about with the next few minutes, 70% of mobile games are made with our technology. And then thinking about mediation, how an ad appears when you're playing Crossy Roadie or Angry Birds, 90% of apps and gaming use us for that impression delivery. So this is kind of like a bit of what we do. I was standing back there, I realize you can't even see this, that's okay. We are really divided into 2 different business units at Unity. That side over there is our game engine. So that's that 3D engine I'm telling you about, where you have that ability to really write a script and scene for an immersive game. Call of Duty, for example. Our asset store. If you don't want to build a character, you actually have the ability to go to our asset store and pick different characters to use in your game. And then cross-platform functionality. So you can publish a game once, and then it can be live across PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or the iOS Play Store, which is really cool. I work on the less creative side, but still really fun, on our ads side of the business. So connecting brands and advertisers with this 100% direct supply. You can activate with Unity with user acquisition campaigns. We have an in-app reading exchange for IronSource and Unity, which merged back in 2022. I was former IronSource side. And then our audience activation platform, and it's always 100% direct, brand safe, and transparent. So just Unity in numbers, 20 billion hours of average gameplay are played every month with games made with Unity. That's just an absurd amount of time, right? 3.7 billion average downloads a month of games made with Unity. 140 million US daily active users. That's just shy of YouTube's reach. Any of you who work with YouTube, with 3 billion plus video impressions a month. Okay, so for the first question, what % of games across mobile, PC, and console were made with Unity? You got it first, 50%. Good job. His hand didn't raise, but he said it first. You don't want it? Okay, guy next to Kendra, that's all yours. You're right, 50% of all games are made with Unity. So from that leading game engine, right, where all these games are being created, I work with on the marketplace side, connecting brands with this direct supply. So someone over here was talking about resellers, eliminating resellers, app.text.txt. Every publisher that we work with, we have a direct connection with. We are never offering a resold supply, which is really our biggest value and benefit of working with a partner like Unity in the app space. So we're the mediation engine. 90% of games, whether they were built with Unity or not, use us to monetize. So we sit here where our technology is directly embedded into every game. This is Subway Surfers, still one of the most popular games. Our tech is built into it, which means that any SDK partner wants to access that supply. You can think of like an InMobi, Digital Turbine, Bumble, LoopMe, Chartboost, the list goes on. They sit in an SDK container kit, get access to that supply. You can also buy us on the open exchange. There are benefits of working with us directly. If we have an agency relationship with you, there's post-auction price reduction discounts. And then for video, you can't discern interstitial versus rewarded on the open exchange. So if you only want non-skip rewarded video, you want to create a direct deal. So this is kind of what that ecosystem looks like, right? So here's kind of just another Unity footprint. Even though we did merge a couple years ago, Unity and ironSource exchanges still operate separately, but our exchange is far superior to other traditional SDKs within the ecosystem. Okay, second question. What percentage of in-app gaming ecosystem does Unity have a direct connection to?
90%.
Good job. Hoodie for you. Exactly, 90%, which is massive, right? 90% of all games we have direct access to. If you are working with like an Activision of the world, of course, keep working with them, right? But we have access to their supply. You can eliminate that supply in partnering with us, or just work with one company partner, basically that has access to all of it. So we have 22 genres of games. We have sub-genres as well. You can get very specific from a contextual level in terms of where you want to find your audience. And then obviously there's a lot of different levers that we can pull on our side to ensure that you're reaching intended audience, right? Like some of these are table stakes, demo, household income. We can curate app lists if your clients aren't so keen on gaming. If you only want to be in like a zeitgeist app list, the top 200 games at any time, we can curate that list for you. If you're curious about session depth, you only want to reach gamers in the first 1 to 3 sessions because maybe your client feels like long tail games, or someone who's been playing game doesn't want to, engage with creative. We can do that as well. App store rating. The list goes on. A ton of different ways that we can really curate that supply for you. And then new, something that's brand new, is actually in beta, is Unity's Audience Hub. So we can do first-party audience matching in a clean room to really ensure that we're reaching intended audiences, not just on Unity's gaming supply, but across different channels as well. So there'll be some new press releases on that coming up as well. But now getting into the creative formats. This is the fun part, right? So banner and display ads are obviously a little more of a lower funnel tactic. And everything I'm showing you, by the way, can be run managed, programmatic, PG, PMP, whatever, however you want to buy. Banner ads are the only format that we have that is not full screen. It was at the header, footer of gameplay. Full screen display ads. And then we get into video. Video is great for gaming, right? There's 2 types of formats. There's skippable interstitial video, which is skippable after 5 seconds. It's that shorter completion rates, but there's value in this format because not all gaming publishers offer rewarded supply. So you'll reach different audiences with this type of format. And then there's full screen non-skip rewarded video. So rewarded video is that value exchange for the marketer and the gamer. The gamers on lives, coins, gems, what have you, and so they choose to engage with the brand, watch a video, and then once they're done with that video, they're rewarded with those lives, coins, and gems, and move on, with their gameplay. We can also pair this with a custom end card. So across every category, if you want like a product carousel, a tap to download, tons of entertainment examples that we do a lot on here on the West Coast. It pairs really well, and you can add these in your DB360 trade desk as a companion ad, essentially. And then shoppable ads. This is obviously more lower funnel. We connect to major retailers to add to cart directly. So you can think, Kroger, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, and then we also work really closely with Walmart Connect and Amazon for more of a retail media offsite activations as well. And then lastly, custom playable ads. These are awesome. Obviously, we're meeting an audience and a gamer when they're already in that gaming mindset. So meeting them with a playable unit is awesome. So we build these all day long across every category. They're really meant to drive engagement and time spent. Every playable that we have has an end card where gamers can play again, and we typically see 20 to 25% of people want to play the game again, which is really cool. And our in-house creative team creates these as added value as well. Okay, so what inventory type provides both gamers and marketers with a value exchange?
Rewarded video.
Good job, correct. Rewarded, so that kind of connects to the whole topic of today, right? Like marketers, gamers, meeting them where they are. So that's it. I know this is really small, but I wanted to leave just like activation at a glance, how you can activate with us. The different buying methods, top ad formats, a bit about our performance. Someone here had mentioned client retention rate. I think that is so great that you brought that up. That's really important. Our client retention rate is really high as well. Supply, top targeting methods, and brand studies that we can partner with. So I know we're at time. Thank you guys so much. If you want to chat travel, sales, gaming, anything you want to talk about, I'm around for the rest of the day.